Yo, and welcome to Shooting the Soil. Today we're going to be scoping out my indoor 6x3 regenerative bed and yeah, taking a look at what's going on. Here's a picture of it over here, and we got some Simpson lettuce and some Valhalla walking onions from Garden Like a Viking. Uh, Check out his YouTube channel. And yeah, up here we have some endophytic fungi that we found in this soil bed on the roots. So yeah, quite excited about that. But anyway, yeah, let's switch over to the microscope. And here we are. We are now streaming in full 4K through HDMI to a 4K capture card. And it's greatly improved the quality and what we're seeing here. So yeah, pretty excited about that. And yeah, on this channel, we're all about, shooting the soil with a microscope and yeah, sharing our experience on what we see as our soil biology evolves and the health of our soil improves. So yeah, this stream we're doing a more just a scientific benchmark, and yeah, we see a fragilate right here. Anyway, oh yeah, to bring my pointer over, there we go. There's the fragilate. That's how I figured out how to do the pointer with the 4K capture card. And anyway, we got some cool zoom capabilities, which get this guy right in the center. Check this out. Now that we're in 4K, we can zoom in with video, and we can see that fragilate a lot better. And we're still just using the 10x objectives, so 100x magnification, and probably I'm estimating about 6x digital magnification right now. And look at that, we can even see the cilia. Surprised I didn't set this up sooner, but the new LW scientific scope really showed the lack of quality that I was getting to the USB cable. So yeah, now we're 4K direct from the camera. Anyway, switch back over. So now we got the full field of view at 100x, and we're gonna scan around and see what we see. All right. So yeah, we got a big piece of this is organic matter right here in the middle. There's my pointer. So yeah, already seeing some organic matter. We got some clear strands in there, but also some good little strands of fungal hyphae. Yeah, some more fungal hyphae. There, we'll point them out. A nice clear hyphae there, and a little bit more colored, darker brown hyphae sticking out of this aggregate. Building that soil structure. And yeah, that's what we want to see. Yeah, more organic matter in the middle. Those ratios are keep on getting better. Yeah, so this bed I believe is just a little over 3 years old, and basically has 6 harvests so far, and is still going strong. When I was using the old bottle nutrients, that was not possible. My soil was actually, I got my microscope right at the tail end of those days, and basically the whole soil was filling up with, that's a pretty big piece, but it was more like little tiny pieces of clear stuff everywhere. Starting to notice compaction, just in pots. But now with the regenerative method, feeding compost and extracts and stuff like that, seeing much better soil structure. And a whole lot of organic matter. And yeah, all those bits anyway. Basically, all the nutrients in the bottles have to have a catalyst of some sort. So they're bonded on to what would be called scientifically as a salt, being just neutral. And yeah, all those little bits after the nutrients get used up end up hanging around in your soil. Kind of adds, I found it kind of added to some compaction. My water wasn't infiltrating. I'm not the best when it comes to water practices. I try, but I hand water and I'm not always the most consistent, to be honest. So a little bit of it had to do with that. But yeah, look how good we see the detail in that organic matter. Yeah, we'll do another quick little zoom in here. There we are at 2x. Ooh. Do a little focus through. Yep, and all this dark stuff is the bacteria forming glomalin and changing that pH and extracting nutrients, breaking that organic matter down and providing food for your plants. Let's go back out to no digital zoom. And yeah, feel free to put any questions you may have in the chat. Be happy to answer them, either microscopy or regenerative soil questions about the garden or farm. Let's see, just scanning about. Kind of just looking for large microorganisms. And yeah, last time I streamed this, check the description for the link from that so you can, kind of get more experience by judging my progress. And yeah, last time I wasn't seeing as much bacteria. Kind of looked like my bacteria numbers were on the decline. Could have been from my inconsistent watering. Might have let the top dry out a little bit too much when my moisture meters were still reading good amount, midway, 6 to 8 inches down in the soil. All right, we're going to go over one more, back down again. Anyway, yeah, we'll zoom into a higher magnification here shortly to check out the bacteria. We already saw that one flagellate. It's a good sign. That was one thing I was lacking in this bed when I first started, but through things like JMS and different microbial inoculants and compost extracts, got my flagellate number up. Focus a little bit more. So much to look at. We'll get on a little bit closer here for people viewing on smaller screens. Yeah, make sure you hit that, check that gear icon to see what quality you're in. YouTube, I found, doesn't always prioritize the highest quality, even when you're on really good internet. Sometimes you'll be watching it in lower for some reason, I've found. Maybe YouTube trying to save some bandwidth. I don't blame you, YouTube. I understand, being an IT guy myself, bandwidth can be tough, but yeah, just anyway, it's a good thing to check to make sure you're watching in full quality. Yeah, good amount of fungal hyphae. We got, bring out our pointer, fungal hyphae here, little one there, another one there, here. So yeah, happy with my fungal to bacteria ratio. It's good enough anyway. We're right in, fungal bacteria ratio, I like to think as your looking at it as the terms of soil succession. So as you get that the more fungi, the more advanced your soil is, up to that sweet spot of whatever crop that you're growing. And then after that, which becomes more important, is endophytic fungi and mycorrhizae. And though that you're really not going to know unless you use epifluorescence and start looking at some roots. So you can have one of those blooms where you see all that, white mycelium on the soil, and then microscope your soil and have a amazing, like, uh, more fungal hyphae than bacteria ratio, and then that all disappears pretty quick sometimes if you notice, from just what you've seen in the garden and that hyphae. And yeah, from what I've noticed from using the scope, it can also disappear pretty quick under the scope. So don't base too much off fungal to bacterial ratio, and more so just, use that to judge your succession. As you see more, you're successing. Otherwise, you just have a bacteria dominant soil, which is okay. Bacteria help, but we definitely want to see that fungi in there. And more importantly, of course, we want that mycorrhizae. And forget who I was listening to, but it was great. Might have been Matt Powers, might have been somebody else, but they said, "Oh yeah, it's well known that mycorrhizae doesn't pioneer or doesn't create a symbionts with brassicas or the lower pioneer species, except for when it does." It's a great way to put it. So interesting. We have so much to learn about. All right, well, let's stop over here because we found a piece of a root. That looks a lot like a root. So let's actually do some fun stuff here and use the epi. We're going to go into the 400x objective. And I got it set up on my phone here. Oh, why did it close? Right, well, I'll actually, sorry to do a little modification right from the camera. Gotta get a little bit more light. And yeah, let's give a quick look and see what we can see here under bright field before we turn the epi on. Oh yeah, I see some. Yeah, here. See that fungi in that root? That's endophytic fungi. We got mycorrhizae. All right, so now that we saw that, let's turn on the epi. Let's bring this. Oh, so hard to control. The LW is so smooth, but when we're in this close, it's so hard to just move it over slightly. Still getting the touch and the feel for it. Oh yeah, I think I already see some stuff glowing. All right, we got it brought up on the camera here. We got to bring our ISO up. That might be a little too bright. We got to turn our light down. And we're going to close our aperture. All right, now we're seeing some glow. Well, we got a little, oh yeah. See this glow right here? Let's do a, oh, I got to actually bring my mouse over here. But yeah, right there. That's phosphorizing. That's, oh. Yeah, really, really good look at those fungal hyphae. Got another little thing glowing right there in the middle. Yeah. look over here a little bit. Very cool looking. Actually, let's tweak the settings just a little bit more. Why does it? I gotta set my power settings on my phone so it doesn't turn off my control. But I wanted to actually turn off the bottom light completely. It actually doesn't make much difference. We're already glowing so bright with the epi. Focusing in and out on some of this other stuff. But yeah. Cool endophytic fungi. Go down. Just brighten things up just a little bit more for you. Yeah. Yep, and that's what we can do with looking at pieces of roots with epifluorescence. See that? So now we can confirm that we have inoculation when we use mycorrhizae inoculants, when we see that. And we can, because we see the glow and we see the phosphorizing and little nodes on the, and we see root, fungi strands inside of our roots. It's pretty neat. Alright, so let's see. We wanted to probably zoom back out here. Actually, maybe we'll just... So now we're out in 100x. Let's see, can we get a little bit? Yeah, we can go a little bit higher at ISO. Maybe up to there. There we go. Yeah, let's scan around a little bit. Just using epifluorescent light. Organisms should be glowing if we come across any. But yeah, it's very interesting. And yeah, everything that's glowing is phosphorizing. See something super bright over here. That's this. Yeah. Just a little bit of sand or phosphorus. Oh. Hey, Venice Weeks. Saying hello from North Queensland, Australia. Hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Oh, thought I saw something move over there, but anyway, we might jump back out, finish our scan in Brightfield here. Let me actually turn our ISO. Yeah, I guess we'll just go auto for right now. And yeah, turn that off, this back on, that back up. All right. So scan around a little bit more, see if we can find maybe a nematode. Keeping my eyes out for amoeba. Yeah, but overall, I'm really happy with the amount of aggregation I see. All these big clumps of stuff. This looks somewhat interesting. Let's just do a quick zoom in on whatever that is. We got a little hyphae and might be a piece of something. Oh, stop wiggling, camera. Yeah, it might have been a piece of a nematode or something, but doesn't look alive at the moment, but it's reducing, providing nutrients. I think I was going up, right? Or was I going down? I think I was going up. It's the hardest thing when you spot something doing your scan because you're going side to side, up and down. I think we got an Arcella right there in the middle. You can zoom in on that. Yep, where's my pointer? Could be just the mineral aggregate, but no, I think that's an amoeba. Yeah, and we're seeing a whole lot of wiggly little dots of bacteria down there. That's what I wanted to improve. Oh, actually, I wanted to mention I put on like 2 days ago. I made a JMS and added that to the soil because I kind of thought on the last time I looked at it, we were a little low in bacteria compared to normal. So seemed to do the trick. So a bunch of fast little moving shadows down there. All right. Almost done with the scan here. Got a weird long spear over there. Could just be a bug part, antenna, leg. Most of the time, that's what those weird looking things are. Not sure if there's a spear looking diatom. Diatoms come in all interesting shapes and sizes. I like seeing these, like this big piece of sand here, going at 400x. Oh no, not 400x, but digital magnification. Yeah, and look at all these swarming with some kind of fungal hyphae. Yep, yep, definitely fungal hyphae. You can see the. But yeah, what could be this clear bit of sand where it seems like the fungi sometimes is so interested in it? It's very interesting. Well, all right, let's see. We wanted to. Where we go? Yeah, we just hit the top and we're going back down. Yeah. Oh. See another flagellate bumbling around there, but that looks interesting right in the middle. Huh. Very weird looking. Just an odd piece of something, but just kind of had a weird texture and shape. Almost looks like a grub or something, but it's pretty small. tardigrade or something would be much larger. But it could have been one of those glowworms, piece of them or something. And I think we got one more pass up. We're just about to the edge of the slide. Was hoping to find a nematode. Maybe. Just want to quickly see if this is a amoeba or not, or just some kind of smudge. Yeah, I think it's just a smudge. Nothing moving in there. Back over. Hey, I thought I set you to auto. Why didn't you adjust the light? Alright, a little bit more focus. See another little fragilate mumbling around in there, going in circles, swimming around with his one little tail, his cilia. Yeah, great organic matter levels. Oh, who's that sticking out of there? Huh. It's another weird, just looking spear. Thought it might be a nematode tail, but doesn't look like it. Bug part, possibly diatom. Alright, yeah. Nice big aggregate. There's the top. Yep, there's the corner. Sometimes, or more often than not, you'll see a microorganism. Like, oh, I just saw a little tiny flagellate moving on the side. Let's just take a quick scroll down the side because they like to hang out at the edge sometimes. Sometimes it makes you feel bad. It's like they're trying to get out. They want to get back to their environment. And no luck. Strike it out for big microorganisms. But, oh, wait. As I say that, not moving, but definitely was a nematode. Light. We'll put up our ISO a little bit. And what are we? Yeah, why are you? I guess I'll just go back to manual. Oh, shutter speed's already pretty low. There we go. Get a little bit of focus. Yeah. Ah. Right down to there. And we could probably zoom in a little bit, see if we can see his mouth part. Yeah, well, he does look dead, and like bacteria is basically decomposing him. So yeah, be a little tough to identify it, but I'm guessing bacteria feeder. But yeah, anyway, let's see if we can get a focus on all these little bacteria down in here. Let's see if oh yeah, my shade's already all the way down. Whoa. Yeah, but we're seeing a good amount of some rods, some round guys. Something just swam through pretty quick. Seeing some dots like I have to clean my objective. But yeah, definitely the overall density of bacteria from last sample. Again, you can check the description from that. Definitely seems higher. Yep, good old JMS. All right. Yep. Just kind of, we're in at 400x now. Oh, wait, this way. I just saw something. Yeah, oh look, we got two different Arcella amoebas. This one looks pretty cool. Let's zoom in on this one really quick. Let's just go 2x. Yeah. They're always pretty neat looking. And then I think we had the other one was over here. Yep. Yep, right there. You can see the, its outer cell walls. Yep. Amoebas are always good to see. Part of the soil food web. Helping that whole system cycle those nutrients. Seeing if we get lucky and run into anything cool looking at 400x here. A whole bunch of fungal hyphae with, looks like there might even be some bacteria, like this little thing wiggling right here. Might even be inside that fungal hyphae. Endophytic bacteria inside a fungi. It happens. So many cool symbiotic relationships in nature. And then is this over here? Yeah. Trying to get a you can just see their shadows. But the fast moving, it's either small flagellate or a bacteria. Some bacteria actually have cilia and they can move pretty quick. Like the Bacillus family, which is a whole family of a whole bunch of different species. Of the rod shape looking bacteria. Oh, that looks pretty interesting. Yep. Another amoeba. Different type, but I guess it would still be in our Arcella. And yeah, look, look at all the action going on just outside of him. Whole bunch of bacteria. But yeah, this amoeba actually maybe just excreting substance with a whole bunch of bacteria, and it may suck that back in. Oh, finding some cool stuff down here. It's always interesting with microscopy. Sometimes you see some cool stuff, other times not so much. And then sometimes you see something really rare and weird and exciting and all sorts of different arthropods. But yeah, right there. So we got this is a young fungal hyphae. It was probably a spore that is just starting to grow. See all the septi in it, and since they're so bunched up together, it's gonna stretch out essentially. It's a young one. Yeah, now at 400x, we are seeing a bunch of little pieces of fungal hyphae, like this one right here in the middle. But yeah, everything's looks like it's getting all clumped up, aggregated. See the fungal hyphae stretching through, form and structure. Oh, what's this over here? Ah. Thanks, scrap dealer. Very, very interesting. It's like elongating and stretching itself out over there. Huh. But it also looks broken. But possibly an amoeba. Or just a spore. Like this, the top part here. Like, I don't usually see clear spores like that, but it's shaped like the brown spores that you see. And the same. It's very interesting. But then, is it connected through all this? Like this part kind of looks like an amoeba. But these straight lines, not so much. Huh. Do a little bit of focus. Yeah, we can actually go in one more objective. Let's swing on the 60x. Oh yeah, we better go back to no digital magnification. There we go. So now we're on the 60x objective. Come on, so sensitive. And let's see, can we get a bit more? Yeah, we can probably go up to about 600. Let's actually open up our aperture just a little bit more, and now see what we get for focus. Yeah, actually, we can close that a little bit. Ah. Yeah. It's a weird formation. But I'm going with the way that top thing looks like. It's some kind of fungal hyphae, and then whatever it was got all tattered up when we shake the slide. Whoa. It's so sensitive. Try to turn this wheel and scroll so slowly. Because we're in at 600x right now. No digital zoom. But, oh. And now I know this, the hair in the bottom left corner, that line, that's not on my objective. I was going to clear my objective. But there you go. You got, see that bacillus shaped bacteria? That was definitely, it wasn't round like a small flagellate, but that was the fast moving basilisk. It's got a little tail to propel himself around. Very beneficial type of fungi. Yep. Right about there, I think is the best focus. But yeah, JMS did the trick. Bounced my bacteria numbers right back. JMS is just a compost which you brew with slightly cooked potatoes. So you want to squish up those potatoes, get all that starch, that sugar, and then add some compost in there. Mix it around in a bucket for a little while. Doesn't even have to be that long, because that starch that goes into the water is going to go right into the soil with all the biology, and I kind of feel like that's the best way to increase your numbers, or the ones that are most going to be beneficial for your soil, because they're in that environment. But yeah, definitely if you leave it in the water, it's going to be a slightly different environment. You're going to get slightly different consortiums of biology that are going to increase in numbers, but you are going to get a whole lot more. They're going to multiply quick in that water. But I kind of like just doing the sort of quick extract. I let mine bubble for, I think I did like 2 hours. Added the compost, added the potatoes. In a trash bin, bubbled it for a while, and then pulled it right out and tossed it on. Let it do the rest of the magnification, or multiplication. There we go, we got a ciliate. Small little ciliate. Just feeding his way around there. Very small ciliate. What else we got? Yep. It's cool how you miss a lot of the small stuff. Just scanning around at 100, so it's always fun to come back through, and especially in at 600x right now. So many layers of the microcosmos. But anyway, so here's a weird looking strand. Could just be all tattered up, but that's... Where's our focus here? There we go. Change our light a little bit. Let's increase our... Nope, it's way too much. There we go. So these are what you don't want to see a lot of. But still could be. Looks like it's got bacteria inside of it, so I don't know if that excludes it from being actinobacteria, but it's an odd shape, clear looking one. Nothing to be overly concerned about. Unless you see a whole lot of those. Could just be a saprophyte. Most likely just a saprophyte. A good fungi that's just gonna help reduce stuff. Yep. Oh, back over to the edge of the slide. Oh, let's look at this real quick. Is that just attached to an aggregate there, or... So now we went 6x 6x digital magnification. And yeah, that looks to be sporulating to me. So here's a fungal hyphae, and it's got a club at the end. It's not all fungal hyphae sporulate through growing actually fruiting body mushrooms. A lot of them actually do it like this, down in the soil. They'll form these little pods or little clubs and make some spores. But yeah, look at the amount of bacteria down there. Stuff just wiggling around everywhere at 600x. Yep, and there's a spore right down towards the bottom. Too much. Getting the hang of it. Oh, somebody moving in fast. Oh, I almost got to look at him. It looked round like a fragilate. But yeah, little tiny spore. I'm pretty sure anyway. Alright, but yeah, I think that's gonna... Oh yeah, I did want to show you guys one other thing. Found oh, let me adjust the settings here. An interesting thing. Oh, why did that just go so... Yeah, there we go. Let's get focused. Oh, what are we in? We're magnified. That's why. There we go. But anyway, I have a polarized lens up here, and if we put this other polarized lens over the light, and we twist them so they line up, oh, and then now we gotta increase our light, we get kind of a dark field effect. Oh, too much ISO. It's pretty interesting. And then some things start glowing. We see that bit of fungal hyphae, and then yeah, little bits of sand, silt, especially the minerals. Yeah, let's look at, and then here we got a big piece of organic matter. Yeah, let's go into 400x. Oh, change our speed. There we go. So yeah, it's just a cool effect. I'm like, what the heck? What just happened to my image? Why'd it go dark? But then I'm like, oh wow. Can almost get a slight dark field effect just by stacking two polarizers and twisting them so they're at the same whatever and blocking the light the same way. Just kind of fun. And then you pull it out and we're back to, whoa, way too bright. But yeah, it's interesting. Oh yes, if I get it right there. There we go. You gotta twist it just perfect to get the nice dark background. And then you just twist it a little bit more and we're back into bright field. It's pretty wild how light works, huh? Anyway, thought I'd share you with that. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this stream. And like and subscribe if you would be so kind. And yeah, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good one, everyone.